Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode number 26 of Get Help with Tanmay Mehta. I am super excited for today's episode because we are meeting again after a month's time, and I'm sure that you would have much more questions to ask, and I would have much more things to share. So, without wasting much of your time, Atharva, do you have anything to address? Okay, Atharva wants to have 2 minutes of time to settle in and be ready to take on your questions, as well as be ready to share all the possible links with you guys so that you can have them ready. In the meanwhile, if you're already on the live, please put in hi, please share your name as well as your city name so that I know I can address you properly, because the usernames are very difficult to pronounce. So Jagdam is already here. Hi Jagdam, how are you? We have got few questions also, that's nice, but I think let's hold on. We'll first have our people join into the live session, and then we'll start with the questions, because same questions can also be for some other people, so we'll obviously want everyone to be there to address. So is Atharva okay?
Yeah.
All good now?
Yes.
Okay. So Atharva has also got some more questions which he has pulled up from Slack, which is our messaging channel, and we have got some questions out there too. And yeah, please put in your name. Hi, my name is Tanmay Mehta. I am from Pune, and my company name is Touchwood Automations. Similarly, if you guys want to introduce yourself on this forum, please use the chat box to do that, because I think the community is not very big in India. So let us try to know each other much more properly. All right. So we are good to take our first questions. Okay. Chakdam, I see, is already prepared with his list of questions. First, we have Mohammad Azim Tharani asking, which soundbar you recommend to purchase for my bedroom size, 200 square feet, Sony 55-inch TV, and budget 30K. Okay, so Mohammad, I think for 30,000 and for your room size, you can definitely look around options from Denon. Denon has DHTS 316, I think priced around 30,000. That's a good soundbar. Yamaha has YS 209, which is also a very, very nice and a popular soundbar. Only thing is the subwoofer is not that popular or that great. And the third option I can think of is the JBL 2.1 deep bass. These are three nice options to get good output in your room. Again, for these soundbars, they are all single bar, does not have any wireless surround. So just be careful in terms of placement in getting the right surround experience. Talking about soundbars, we have been doing a lot of videos about soundbars. I don't know how many of you have seen them, but please do and check. Please go and check them, because those videos are coming out of a lot of research that we have been doing about soundbars in terms of the placement, in terms of Atmos as an output, how to get that. Um some popular picks that we have recently done a video about. If you have liked that content, or if you have got some more content ideas to share on soundbars, please put them again in the chat box. Harman is saying, you're doing great, brother. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Harman. That really means a lot. I mean, we have been just trying to ensure that our entire home cinema community in India keeps prospering, and I'm able to at least give my little bit to them in terms of helping them educate about these systems, because these are pretty common in the other markets outside India. But in India, we have been spoiled by the Sony, Samsung, Philips in the large format retail stores. And this concept of home theater or home cinema as a design based and a bespoke or a customized solution is not very, very popular. So that's our effort. Okay, we have Jagdam's question. Can WPC or fluted wall panels justify as acoustics for home theater? Uh, Definitely not, because these are all reflective services. There is no absorption in that, and that's why none of those WPC or fluted panels can be used for acoustic. They're good to add design elements, but not great as acoustic absorption. You can use them for diffusion in certain areas, but limit the usage. Vidyut Ghosh is saying, hello, Tanmay. Hi, Vidyut. How are you? From your name, you look like, I think you seem to be from Bengal. And if yes, I'm super excited to chat with you. Okay, from Kolkata. Wow, that's right. We have question from Avis Computers. 22 by 11 size suggests me best Dolby audio. Well, Avis, I think Atharva has already shared and pinned a link in the chat box, which is Design Your Dream Home Theater with me. Please use that, because it's not just about putting out your room size, which will give me an idea. There are a lot of other things that we need to consider in, or we need to factor in. And this form we have very carefully curated. It took me almost 3 sleepless nights to come up with this form, and this form has been used by more than 1500 to 2000 people in the last 1.5 year. So you can understand the power of it. Please use that and share your inputs and your requirements, so that me or my team can guide you properly. Hi sir, Raghavendra from Karnataka. Hi Raghu. Hi Raghavendra. I'm Tanmay here from Pune and super excited to meet and talk to you today. Ramchandran has got a question. Good evening. Q acoustic, polk or clips better for music and movies? Also, which sine wave UPS you recommend for AVR and projector? Thanks. Okay, so Atharva is smiling because he's been behind me to make a video on best floor standing speaker packages for movies as well as for music. And I'm like, I don't want to really do that topic much. Can we avoid? And now with your question, Ramchandran, I think he's getting his stamp that we need to do this video. But coming back to it, I think for music and movies, Q acoustic would be the first choice. Pole could be second. Clips should be third. Sine wave UPS would you recommend for AVR and projector? I think you can go for APC UPS. That's something which has been very common. It's a Schneider product, so very well stable in the market, and you might get good service also considering the brand name. So go for it. I think that's a good UPS. Harmony is saying under 1 lakh speaker system, I have Denon X 3800H. I have narrow but lengthy room, 7 by 18 feet room. Wow, 7 feet is pretty tight, Harman. But I think for Denon X 3800H, what you would need is a speaker which has got a very narrow waveguide, or something which will take care of the high frequencies in a very lot of precision and won't disperse a lot. Polk Reserve, I think, would do a fantastic job. There is Revel, which has also got a very nice waveguide technology. And what else? I think, yeah, I think these two are good to begin with. Let me know if you come across some more, but these are two names which I can think of right now. Next we have is a question from Parth. I saw a setup in FB group. That guy had two towers in front and center, and then four ceiling Atmos speaker. He said he used two ceiling speaker as rear. Well, that's pretty common practice, Parth. So a lot of people, what they do is if they don't have back wall, or there is no space to mount the surround speakers, then they put it up in the ceiling, and then you have two Atmos speakers which are a little front. So we recently actually spoke about, or we covered this topic in our recent video, wherein we spoke about placement of speakers in home theater, and that I think you should really check it out, because in that we have mentioned the various challenges that you would come across, and even in those challenges, how would that setup be?
Our one setup tour also features top speakers as ceiling speakers.
Yes.
The recently covered dedicated cinema room video.
Okay. Oh no, that had.
He had a front speakers.
Oh yes.
Front ceiling speakers.
Yes.
In this case, there are
the rear speakers.
Yeah.
That's right. So what he's talking about is the recent setup tour of a media or dedicated cinema room that we covered. It had three speakers of the front, that is your front left, center, and front right into the ceiling. So yes, ceilings are an option for those of you who do not have space on the wall to accommodate the speakers, and it's not bad practice. So you can actually have it. Okay, Raghavendra is saying budget is rupees 50,000. Need to buy a Dolby speaker system, not a soundbar. Well, Raghavendra, 50,000 for the speakers, it's totally fine. But if you want to add an AVR along with it, then you will have to stretch your budget to 80-90. Some of the best packages under 50,000 or around 50,000 would be Polk TL1600 and Sonodyne Micro HTS. Check out these two. These have been very highly rated and some of the best satellite speaker packages in that range. And it's 5.1, so covers good surround sound system. Shiva is saying, hi, I'm using Marantz 5015 and Taga Harmony floor standing speakers F90 SL. Through Odyssey calibration, the speaker configuration for front speakers has been taken as large. Do you suggest large or small? Well, I have been a fan of small speakers, personally speaking. Even if I put a tower speaker, I would still want to put them as small, because with the small, what I can do is I can achieve good crossover setup in the low frequency department. So that's the reason smalls are always preferred. But in case you are using them as your, for music as well, and you're happy with the bass coming from the floor standing as well as from the subwoofer, then you can keep them at large. So totally depends upon how your ears are recepting the sound, and if they are happy with it, then stick with large. Can I use an AVR as an amplifier? Well, also you can definitely use an AVR as an amplifier. AVR is actually nothing but a power amplifier and a processor put together. So yeah, why not? But if you're talking about adding another amplifier as an AVR, don't do that. Over there you would need an AV. Over there you would need a power amp only, and not an AV receiver. Can you please suggest which of the two projectors is better, BenQ TK860i versus Optoma USD 33? Also, how are Ellipson speakers? Wow, Saurabh, very tricky question. BenQ TK860i, I think overall as a portable product, or not just portable product, but overall in terms of the features and the inbuilt Android and everything, I think that would be a wise choice. But personally speaking, Optima USD 33 is far more better product, because Optima USD 33 has got better latency speed. So in case you're going to use it for gaming, that's an added advantage. Second thing, it has got better lumens output. So that's where it'll again win. And third thing is in terms of the throw distance, Optima has got a little better throw distance compared to BenQ. So if any of these three features justify your needs, then go for Optima. And what was the next question? How are Ellipson speakers? Ellipson speakers are good. I think recently they contacted us as well for featuring some of their products. We are trying to get in touch with them to have some of their products sent to us for reviews. Overall, I mean, Ellipson is a very well-known brand. Their primary domain has been creating round speakers, which they are very popular of. So it's the shape for which Ellipson is famous for, than the tonal output or the product quality. But yeah, I mean, if you have heard or auditioned the speakers, and if you're happy with it, then go for it. I see this as one of the biggest uh, challenge, or drawback that I see. A lot of you guys, or a lot of the customers that I speak to, I have seen them visit one store, they like something, but there's always a desire to look out for something more. And in that desire, we keep on looking at some more and more brands, more and more options, and eventually end up being confused. So I would honestly tell you, there are 100 speaker brands alone imported in India. I mean, imagine the number of brands outside. All these brands, the reason why they are doing businesses still today is because they have got some good products or some good technology in their product portfolio. And if they are surviving, if they're good, then there is no harm in going for it. It's not necessary, or it's not compulsory to look out for more options. So if you like something, always go for it. Don't try to confuse yourself by looking out for more options. And if this has happened with you, then let me know your experience also in the comments, because I personally feel that this is a really a bigger challenge today. Moving on, we have next question from Yugandhar, who is asking, need media player like Zidu or Dune? Where can I buy it in India? Well, I think Yugandhar, you need to contact our sales team. We have got Dune as well as Zidu. If not, you can contact any of your other home theater suppliers also. They might also help you. And I think Atharva is going to share the link to connect with our sales team. You can please drop a message out there and share the model numbers as well if you have, of Dune and Zidu. I think Zidu has got Z9, Z9, Z9 Pro or Z9X, and Dune has got Dune HD Homatics and Dune 4K signage or something. I forgot the name, but yeah, these two are quite nice from both the brands. Uh, Please compare Oro 3D and DTSX and Dolby Atmos speaker setup, brother, and its benefits for 11.2 or 13.2. Best possible configurations in all aspects. So honestly, DTSX and Dolby Atmos are pretty close in terms of their orientations or in terms of their physical location. So not much of change, few degrees here and there. That is the only difference. Uh, but for Oro 3D, the setup is totally different. We will try to cover that, probably do some setup tour of our newly modified to some extent our own cinema room, because we have got a combination of Auro 3D as well as Atmos in our setup upstairs, and that is something which we can showcase to show you how the speaker placements are different. Next up, need media player. Okay. So Yugandhar has got another question. Need media player mostly offline content from hard disk. Should support DTSX and Atmos. I think Yugandhar, you would be sorted with any of the Zedu or Dune media players. Just go for it. Does Mad VR really help projectors with HDR tone mapping, or is it not worth it? Well, it is definitely worth it. Mad VR Labs has been one of the biggest companies to process and give you a better quality video output, and I have not seen any other competitor or anybody close to them. So definitely go for it if you can afford it. Not many people can go for it, but when you buy these kind of products, you really need someone of that caliber to come and do your job. So don't try to play along with it by yourself or by any local, technician. Get someone who is certified for video calibrations to do that job, and then only the justice to your investment will happen. So that's one advice. Between the Marantz PM5005 and PM6007, which one would you buy? Which one would you recommend as the better choice, and why? Well, I think I'll have to check the specs for both, but out of my experience, PM5005 is not bad. So if you're using it for your surrounds or Atmos, that can also work well. So look at the power requirements also. Which speakers are you going to use it for? Is it for the fronts? Is it for the surrounds? Is it for your Atmos? And then accordingly make a choice. Because uh, honestly, if you're going to use it for Atmos or surrounds, any 50-watt amplifier or a 60-watt amplifier will also do a good job. So make sure that you know all these values. Plus, you'll have to calculate your own, speaker distance, like setting to the speaker distance that you'll be connected to this amplifier. Okay, Saurabh says, thanks a lot. We'll take your advice and go for it. Definitely, Saurabh, go for it. No problem at all. Do any services exist in India that provide early DCP access to theatrical films? There is?
DCP is the digital cinema package, the
Yeah,
movie print that
I
goes
know,
to the
huh?
theaters.
But I don't think so.
Yeah, I also don't think so.
So there is a service called UFO which you can install in your own homes. It's pretty expensive, but you can do that. When you do that, you get the same access of movies just the way a PVR cinema hall would get. So you have to buy the movie. So let's say if you want to buy a movie like Fighter, in the first week or on the first day, the price of that one film for one screening would be around, let's say, 1.5 lakh rupees. Now in that, I'm just giving, yeah, that's very expensive. It's 1.5 lakhs. It can be that high. Now, in that, there are very, set criterias. You can't pause a film. You can't take a stop anywhere. The movie has to go according to its flow, because it's the satellite sending you the signal. So you can't stop it from your end. Second thing is, this movie's price decreases over a period of time. Like after 2 weeks of its release, let's say if you want to watch it today through UFO server, then it should cost you around 70,000, 80,000, or 50,000. So the price and the demand, I mean, it's all algorithm that those guys have, but they will show you the value. If you feel it's worth, then go for it. But overall, to do this setup, it will cost another 8 to 10 lakh rupees. So
So the best thing is to wait 2 months and watch it on the OTT.
absolutely. I mean, see, it's personal call. I mean, if you have got a group of 20 people and you want to flaunt your home theater and do a great house party, I mean, why not? Then just buy a movie and call everyone and tell them that, okay, first day, first show can happen in my home too. I mean, that's something pretty cool. Comes at a cost, but yes, why not? If you can afford it, then go for it. Uh, Ganesh is saying hello, Tanmay. Hi, Ganesh. How are you? Let me know which city you are from and what questions you have. I think you have already put in your question. Okay, I'll get to that. We have two more questions to address. Ankit is asking best company LR screen. Well, Ankit, honestly, most of the screens today in India are all coming from China. Okay, that's the true fact. If you want to still go for branded ones, then you have got Elite screens, Vivid Storm screens, Grandview screens, Delight screens. Then what else? Screen Research, Screen Innovation. These are some more premium brands. DNV is there. Now all these brands, they have got a better research, better technologies to understand fabrics and everything. But then you have other companies who copy those fabrics and create those multiples, right? Now these are all made in China, labeled according to their Indian counterparts. So in that you have brands like Suvira, Euros, Liberty, Highview, Veron, whatnot. So these are some of the other brands which are more like first copy, second copy of those screens. Uh, these are also good, not bad. Depends upon how much you want to shell out on the screen. If you feel this is a UST LR screen, then I would say go for uh, Elite if possible. If not, something which is like Euros or Highview, which is very similar to Elite. We have actually compared them. We have got a video which we have not, I think, uploaded anywhere. It's little bit of our private collection, but yeah, let me see if I can make a reel out of it. So in that reel, what we have done is we have got a Fresnel screen from Vivid Storm. Then okay, I won't move that. Then the second one I have got is a Highview screen, and I have put a fabric of Elite screen as well in the middle. And you'll be surprised to see that the Elite fabric or the Elite screen, which costs almost double the cost of Highview, the quality is same. So
I think we have uploaded the reel. I'll have to look into our
yeah, let's say if not,
calculation.
then we'll try to upload a
Yeah.
reel for that. So not much of difference, minute differences here and there, which are very less visible to naked eyes. But yeah, I mean, it really does not matter. Fabric definitely matters. The screen finishing, if it's important to you, then go for branded screens, because the packaging, the whole body cover, everything would be much more better in these branded screens. In terms of fabric, it's all going to be mostly same. Pedro Game Gomez is asking, want to know about UPS system. Well, Pedro, we have actually done a lot of videos about UPS inverters or surge
Surge protector.
protectors. What else? I think we have also used power conditioners in that video. So do check that out. It's there on our channel. Just search for UPS surge protectors on our channel's video list, and you'll find something. Our floor standing overkill for a small living room, room size 12 by 14. Definitely not Ganesh. I think one of the best setups that I have also done in my own living, in our own demo room out here, which is the smaller one. It's a 11 feet by 13 feet. Okay. The wall mounts obviously sound equally great, but the floor standards, I personally feel like listening to them more in the small room. Because in the small room, we can achieve the separation a little more properly, because we have used 11 feet as the shorter distance for viewing and 13 feet as the sound stage. So we have got a little wider sound stage that makes me enjoy the speakers or the floor standings much more properly. So this can be achieved in a small room. Second advantage is that you don't have to drive them to the fullest. So imagine driving a car at its average minimum speed of 80, 90 kilometers per hour. It will always give you a good mileage. So same logic goes into your floor standing speakers. And third thing is that if it's music, then definitely floor standings will do a good job. Next up, we have a question from Andy, who is asking, is a properly configured MAD VR on a computer the same as a dedicated box? I have personally not tested that, Andy, and I don't want to unnecessarily give you a false answer. So I won't know about it, but I think it should be the same if it's the same product. Suresh is saying, hi, I'm Suresh from Kochi. Hi, Suresh. Nice to meet you and looking forward to interact with you today. Which one is better, Apple TV, Dune, or Zidu? Apple TV is just a streamer. It does not have any external content support. So that's where Apple TV, I'll just put it out. External content support is available in Dune and Zido. So those two I can probably compare side by side. Now, there is a separate fan club for Dune, to be very honest. And Zido is something which is more preferred by the consumers. But if you ask most of the integrators, they would want to have a Dune in their store, because Dune makes a life little simpler for them to organize the content than Zido. But for users, the usability, the UI UX as we call it, is more easier in Zido. So yeah, I mean that's the answer. Where can I get Elite Harmony remote? If you would have asked me a few years ago, I would have told you that okay, I would have also helped you with the Elite Harmony remotes. They are no more available in the markets now because Logitech has stopped manufacturing those remote controls only. So if you are able to find a refurbished remote control deal on Amazon.com, that is the US website, that's the only place wherein you can get it. Otherwise, nowhere else on the planet. And if you get it, do let me know. If you find some source to get uh, brand new Logitech Harmony remote controls. Saurabh is saying one more question: is Denon X1700H still a decent choice after X1800H is now available? Getting a good deal on Amazon for X1700H. Well, X1700H is definitely still a good product, because it has got the 8K ports, it has got everything that you need, and apart from the UI being different, we have not seen much of change in the X1800H. If you want, do check our video before making that decision. And Amazon purchase, be careful, because in terms of after sales warranty, I don't know if they'll give you that or no. And warranties are pretty important when you're buying electronics. For speakers, it's still okay because those are passive, but for AV receiver, that's important. So if required, get in touch with our team, check if the price can be matched, and buy it from a reliable source so that there is an authenticate bill which you can produce it to the service center if required. Suresh is saying, I'm using Maran's 8012 and I'm planning for an upgrade. Which one is good, 8805A or Cinema 50? Well, Suresh, I've got an exciting news for you, because Marantz has recently launched Cinema 30, which is equivalent to their 8012. And I think that would be a fantastic investment if you want to go for the latest one. Cinema 50 compared to 8012 would be a step down. The only advantages that you would get with Cinema 50 is the UI of that. Rest everything you will be still losing. So 8012, stick with it. The moment Cinema 30 comes up in India, go for it. I think that would be a wiser choice. Vidyut is asking, I have Samsung Q600A Atmos soundbar with SWS 9200S rear speakers for 11 by 15 by 10 room. Can I install soundbar at one third below ceiling level to get a firing effect? Okay. Uh, Honestly, it's, I mean, if you do that, then you will be taking care of the Atmos, but you would be losing out on the front LCR performance. So I would not recommend you to do that. The least height that you can go for soundbar is probably 3 to 4 feet. Nothing above that. Try to stick within the range, because that's your hearing level and or the listening level. So stick with that range. Don't try to take it very close to the ceiling. Andy is saying, thanks for answering the questions. My pleasure, Andy. Thank you. If you like the questions, don't forget to hit the emoticons and share your love for it. And do support our channel by subscribing to our platform, because we have got good content. At least that's what we believe. You are a better judge for it. If you don't like it, you can always put that out in the comments. And even for our bad comments, I always make it a point to reply. So yes, if there's any good feedback, please put that out. And for good positive shares also, feel free to put it out here as well as to the comments on the other videos. One complaint that I have for all of you is that we have got close to 150K new unique viewers every month, but we don't have those kind of subscribers. So I don't know what's stopping you from subscription, but if you have got good inputs from this channel, or if this channel has helped you by any means in your decisions, in your selection, in getting some advices, then please show that love by hitting that one subscribe button. Our rare speakers at ear rare speakers at ear level get best effect with Atmos soundbar or above ear level? Ear level is always recommended, because that's where you will be enjoying them much more properly. So anywhere around 30 to 40, 45 inches is a good height for your surround speakers. For soundbar, for your main home cinema speakers, there would be a different calculation. Any alternative Elite Harmony remote can buy in India? Well, we have been actually, we have got some alternatives. We have tried Sofa button remote controls. Then we also got Pro 24 remote control, which is a company from RTI. So we got the remote controls. Those are good. You know, you struggle a lot in getting their controls and everything. So it's not as user friendly as a Logitech Elite Harmony remote control is. So that's why I'm not very, very satisfied to it. But if someone really needs some solution, then these are the go-to options. Suresh is thank you, boss. Thank you, Suresh. But don't log off. You need to still wait and watch the entire live. I'm sure you would find some more answers in that, Suresh. Hi, Tanmay. Does 150 ALR screen fit on 9 by 12 feet wall? How much 150 ALR screen cost? Um, okay, so first of all, there's a good news today that I have to share. While I'm here in Pune, Two of my engineers are in Hyderabad. One is there since yesterday doing a direct calibration setup. Second one is gone to set up a 150 inches UST LR screen, which I believe is going to be one of the first few installations of 150 inches UST ALR screen in India, because these screens were not even available. After a lot of struggle, after a lot of patience by us as well as by our clients, he has finally got a 150 inches screen for his ultra short throw for movie projector, and I am super excited to get the photos and videos up for you guys. So once the team returns tomorrow, I'm going to have them scheduled in our calendar soon. So do watch that out, because 150 inches is like humongous. Achieving that in a UST ALR, which claims to go up to 150 inches, was also something that we was, that is a good achievement according to us. And now coming back to your question, does 150 ALR screen fit on a 9 by 12 feet wall? I think a little bit difficult, because 150 might be, no, I think it's what, 11 feet in width. So yeah, it is possible, but do check if it fits into the vision, because if it does not fit into the vision, then there's no point of putting 150 inches. So it's not just the screen wall that needs to accommodate the screen, but your vision also needs to accommodate that screen size. So please check that out. And the cost, I think if it's for long throw ALR, then it should be somewhere around 75, 80,000, if I'm not mistaken. But again, for best prices, please use the link, contact our sales team, they'll pull out the prices for you. I was watching Silent Night movie on Amazon. Keep it on hold for okay. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. But I'm sure that after this live you can go back to your movie and on your home theater system. I have Pioneer VSX 834. It's hitting little more. Is it common? Well, AVR hitting up is not common. It does hit up, only if it does not have enough ventilation space. So make sure first thing that you do is check if you have AVR has got ventilation space. Second thing, check if there is cool air going towards the AV receiver. Because if the cool air is not coming in, then the amplifier will keep on getting more and more heated up. And third thing is check the speaker impedance, because if the speaker impedance is dropping below you know 5, 4, 6, 3 ohms, then that's where the amplifier would start getting heated up. These are the only three cases which you need to take care of if the amplifier is getting heated up. Harme is saying, sir, I'm talking about 5.1 pole preserve will be expensive. Is bookshelf will be good, or should I go for floor standing? I can raise my budget if needed. Well, Harman, I think bookshelf is good enough considering the room width, the limitation that we have. But for the length, I would definitely recommend floor standing. You don't have to go for R700. You can settle in for R600 also, or R500. Amit is asking, sir, where stand Maran's SR5015 in 2024? Does the right choice? Well, Amit, unfortunately, Maran's SR5015, SR6015, none of these models are available now in 2024. They have been replaced by Cinema 60 and Cinema 50. Some sellers might have stocks of it, but right now, with the distributor, there is no stock of Maran's SR series. So if anybody needs SR series and you want to buy that, then make sure to go for uh, your nearest your nearest store and get the stocks, final stocks. If not, then go for Cinema 50 or Cinema 60. Yes. So by the way, I don't know if you guys really like our setup tours, because we have been trying to cover them a lot, and we have put that up in our agenda that we want to cover most of our sites that we have done in the last few years. So next up that we have got is a living room setup tour releasing on Monday. It's a good 5 lakh rupees ke under what you can have as a good projector screen, TV, and a involved or concealed Atmos sound system. So do check that video. It's releasing on Monday, and also let me know if these setup tours are giving you a good picture about how a living room or a bedroom or a media room setup can be. If these setup tours are inspiring you to even get yours, and if it is telling you that okay, this is also how it can be done, do share that across. Next up, we have is a question from Noel. Noel is asking, I have NAD 365, okay, 150 watts per channel connected to RP 8000F. Should I connect a DAC and which brand? Kindly advise. I think, Noel, you can look up for DACs from Rotil. Those are pretty nice. RKM has also recently released a product. Even Name Audio has got a fantastic DAC. And lastly, I think Blue Sound Note 2i, that's one killer product which I am very fond of. So these DACs are pretty cool. Use either of these and you will enjoy your casting and much more better audio quality. Suresh is saying hi, Mehta. Hi, Suresh. How are you? We have looking forward to interact with you, Suresh. By the way, feel free to ask your questions on this platform. Could you just take it up? Yeah. Where were we? Yeah. My friend wants to put a projector and screen in a recreation room. ALR a must or not? Well, if it's a recreation room and if the room is going to be used with a darker environment for movie purposes, then stick to white fabric. Because one thing I have really got to admit with all of you, ALR screen, as much as fancy, the term is and how much ever you would want to have that, it's really not a great investment at certain times. And the reason why I'm telling you this today is because ALR screen would reduce the brightness when it increases the contrast. So if you're willing to compromise on the brightness, then go for it. If you don't want to reduce your brightness, then stick to white fabric. Also, the second thing that I have to tell everyone is that if you're doing it in the theater room, okay, then please avoid buying ALR screen. Because if you buy ALR screen in a theater room, it's of no use. Your theater room is supposed to be used in darker environments. That means your lights are going to be off. So if the lights are going to be off, then what's the purpose of having ambient light rejection screen? So please try to avoid unnecessarily falling into the trap of ALR screens. And probably that can be a good, fantastic content that I'm going to release an entire video upon. And we are going to prove that to you with some live samples.
I would say please don't commit anything on live.
Yeah, please don't comment anything on live. Okay.
We'll do videos.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Uh, if that makes if this ALR logic made sense to all of you, please let me know in the comment section. But I personally feel because we have done a trial with white as well as gray fabric on top of it, and I'm telling you guys, the brightness really reduces. So if you have got a projector with very high lumens, then go for it. If the projector lumens itself is 1500 lumens, like I have got so many people asking me, okay, I'm buying this Chinese W Zatco or what is that, Mozart or Wanbo projector, and can I buy ALR screen along with it? I'm like, bro, your projector itself is 500 lumens, 200 lumens. If this ALR screen, if you buy, I don't know how much is it going to help you. So make your choices really wisely. Just don't go according to the trend at times. Okay, I see there are so many questions that are remaining with these topics. Okay, could you just take it a little up, please? Okay, we have got, huh? Does Maran Cesar 50 comes under 1 lakh? Well, Amit, I'm not going to talk about prices. You have to talk, if you have, you'll have to get in the touch with our sales team. So again, use the link. Hi, Tanmay. Again, it's Shiv Kumar from Bangalore. What is the maximum screen size in 13.5 by 17.5 dedicated home theater room? And also need to know how much it costs for acoustic for the room. Okay, first of all, Shiv Kumar, we need to know if 13.5 is your viewing distance, 17.5 is your viewing distance. So please put that out. Without that, we won't be able to comment on the maximum screen size. And how much will it cost in for acoustics? Acoustic can start from 100 rupees per square feet, can go all the way up to 700 rupees per square feet as well. So it totally depends upon the kind of treatment that you want to do. And also, if you want to watch our full video on acoustic, which is not listed on our channel, then you need to get in touch with our sales team or through the WhatsApp chat number link that Atharva would be sharing, and we would share that acoustic video with you. Suresh is saying currently I'm using Denon 2600 7.1 setup. I need to upgrade to Maran's 8015. If I'm using this, any technical issue? Not at all. I mean, definitely go for it, but it's just going to be a good jump. I mean, from a 7 channel to an 11 channel, make sure to add the number of speakers as well, Suresh. Suraj is saying best 4K projector under 2 lakh. Well, Suraj, I have got an exciting news for you. We did a video some time ago, I think in the month of November, which talked about some of the best 4K projectors that you can buy in 2023 and which is still continuing towards the 2024 April, May at least. So that video is still valid and those recommendations are still valid. So go and watch that video. You will get your answer. Um, Please suggest me screen size and speaker package for 12 by 15 room size. Okay, Melancholic, I need you to use the link that is the Design Your Dream Home Cinema link. That's already pinned in the chat box. Please use that because in that link, you'll be able to share some more information, which is very important to help you the right answers. Then we have Senthil Kumar asking us, I like Q Acoustic 3050i, but due to budget, I am now thinking to buy Polk T50. Senthil, I'm not going to read your further question, but first you need to stop doing that mistake. Don't buy T50. If required, buy a Q Acoustic 3030i, which is the bookshelf speaker. But please avoid buying T50. It's not going to be a great package. My room is small. Then the perfect. You can always go for a bookshelf speaker. It is still fine. And that was your last question. Should I go for bookshelf? I think Senthil, I mean, I can read your mind now. Uh, Viewing distance is 19 feet. Would 150 screen work? Okay, if the viewing distance is 19 feet, well, you can go for a 150 inches. What is the ideal placement for side surround speakers in a two-row sitting setup? One pair is enough, or should we use two pairs? Well, even if you use two pairs of side surrounds, make sure to put them on parallel, or you connect them to the same side surround channels so that you get the same output. More number of speakers, if there are more number of rows, is always better. But if there are only two rows, then you can stick to one set of surround speakers. You don't need more pairs. Thinking about Polk T series, okay. I have already told Melancholic also. Don't buy Fusion series. You can always go for the Polk Elite Signature bookshelf speakers, but avoid the Fusion T series. It's not that I'm telling you not to go for it in this video explicitly, but it is more got to do with if you can always find a better alternative in that case, then avoid. Because Polk T50, to some extent, it's good, but honestly, looking at the kind of crowd that I have today on the live chat, I know you are expecting a little more from your sound system, and T50 may not be able to give you that. So avoid. Rahul is saying, Hi Tanmay, I have done on 2600H AVR with clips R820F. Okay. The old reference series tower and DefTech 9080 center speaker, and plan to buy clips RP420S and surround channels. Wow. I think Rahul, you have already figured it out yourself. I think the package looks pretty decent. My only suggestion would be why reference Premier in the surrounds and only reference in the front. I think the front ones need to be upgraded to reference Premier as well in that case. So just think upon that. Or else settle in for R14 as in the surrounds. Suraj is saying, how much do you charge for home theater interior? 20 by 15 and plan cost if construction of house. Wow. Finally, Suraj is asking me so that I can sell something, and I'm very happy. Uh, so we have got two design services, Suraj and everyone. We have got a 2D design service. Now, 2D design service is a pretty exciting service to those of you who are in your construction or electrical stages. Now, in that stage, I know many of you, the designers would be pestering you. They would be telling you that, hey, you know what, you need to finalize your home theater, otherwise your wiring will be on hold and your project would be delayed. Now, if that's happening with you, then you need to immediately get in touch with our team and opt for this 2D design service, because in this 2D design service you have to pay only 3500, but in that you get a dedicated designer who's going to work for you from our team, and that designer is going to help you with all the electrical layouts and the sitting layouts required for your theater room, for your living room, for your multi room, for whatever room. Okay, so you tell that to the designer, they will give you the entire wiring diagram for each and everything that you would need, and all of this only in 3500. So if your conduits are laid, if your wall positioning, your sitting position is finalized, then you can move ahead in your other construction work. So make sure to opt for it. Second service is the 3D design service. Now in the 3D design service, we have got a team which takes care of your entire 3D room renderings, SketchUps, everything. So first they would ask you to share the AutoCAD file, and they would then make a SketchUp file of that and show you different room designs and renders that will be for your own exclusive room. And that service is for 15,000, but in that you also get the 2D design service covered. So technically it's 11,500 for 3D and 3,500 for 2D. So these are our services. That's the only cost that we have as our service cost, uh, Suraj, to answer your question. But apart from that, the acoustic cost and everything would be separate. But at least with those drawings, your electrical diagrams, your POP diagrams, your sitting diagrams, a lot of things will be clear to you. So if you opt for this 3D service, please, it will help you. And we have got these 3D and 2D services opted by many people, including, I don't know if there are anybody in the live session right now. And if you have got the experience of it, please feel free to share it with everyone. If not, you can always go back to our Google reviews, because those are some honest reviews of all our users or all our customers who have used our services. And you would find some of them from 2D and
We
3D.
have uploaded some samples of our 3D drawings as well.
Oh yeah, we have even uploaded the 3D reference or the 3D designs that my team has created on our Google profile page
Instagram.
as well as Instagram. So please watch that. There are some walkthrough videos also that are being uploaded on our Instagram handle. So please check that. Okay, so that was selling, and I hope any of you guys need that service would come back to us. Please suggest if this can be okay. I think we spoke with Rahul. Okay, Ravindra. Hi Tanmay. I've watched many of your videos. You have quite a deep knowledge, which I appreciate. Okay, thank you so much, Ravindra. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind words, and I look forward to this same support always and forever. Naveen, we have got your question next. Any DIY subwoofer in India, similar mini full Marty GSG devastator? Well, Naveen, I'm really sorry. I'm too bad in this DIY subwoofer category. I just know one brand which is a homegrown DIY subwoofer brand from US, which is BIC America. Not a big fan, but yeah, there are people who upload that. So you can probably check that if you want something much more better. DIY subwoofer brands, otherwise, you'll have to go to a local electrical market and see, or find a sound engineer who can do one for you. Next up, we have is a question from, okay, did we miss any other questions?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Ravindra, okay. I want to know from your experience whose sound is good, Clips or Relac at entry level? Hmm. I think both the sound are good. See, Elac is warm sound. Clips is going to be a hard sound. So both are good. Depends upon what your ears would want to listen to. Go for it. I think Elac debut series has been one of the most popular series, along with the Clips reference series. So both are equally nice. It all depends upon what kind of sound quality you would like. To give you a small example, imagine comparing a JBL speaker with a Yamaha speaker. So JBL is going to be your clips and Yamaha is going to be lag. Next question we have is, okay, Ravindra asking, when we have 120 square feet living room, should we use soundbar or the speaker sets for Dolby Atmos experience? Well, Ravindra, go for soundbar only if there is no scope for wiring. And if you have scope for wiring, always go for wired system, because that is much more better and preferable. To enhance Clips 9's experience, can you suggest anything? Like I get best output depending on app's content. Is there anything that can bypass any content and make it best to give higher stereo? Okay. Uh, Honestly, I don't think so. If there is anything else, best output depending on the app's content. So obviously, you have got your Spotify, Apple Music, those kind of apps, which you can connect via Bluetooth, because Bluetooth is the only source in Clips 9. Uh, but is there anything that can bypass any content and make it best? It does not have rune, so if at all it would have a rune ready or rune support, then you would have been able to get a much more better high res stereo support. Without that, I don't think so, Hemant, it's possible. Malleshwar Rao is asking best power amplifier 5 channel. Well, Malleshwar, I think for 5 channel best power amp, there's only one company, Emotiva, which has got Basics A5. All other brands have got power amps which are 4 channel, 6 channel. There's Marantz, obviously, which has also got a 5 channel amplifier. I think it's MM7705 or something. Do check that out. That is also a good power amp. Navin is asking, can tower speakers be used behind acoustic transparent screen? Obviously, you can use tower speakers behind screen. They are just going to accumulate too much of space. So see if you have got that to spare. Second thing is, don't just put it on a loose shelf. Otherwise, the shelf would also vibrate along with the speakers. So make sure that you put it properly in some well structured, robust cabinet or a shelf space. We have next question from Manaswini, who is asking, hi Dhanma, any plans in making a detailed video on how does a UIW RCS2 in ceiling speaker work and how different it is in comparison with other similar speakers? Well, Manaswini, definitely there's no plan to make a detailed video on one such product, but I think we have already done good amount of videos on in ceiling speakers as well as angled in ceiling speakers. So I highly recommend you to check that out. And if you've got a personal question to ask with regards to the speaker, then I would recommend you to use our chat book, the chatbot link, which is
GB
the
Aviva.
GB Aviva link. So that way, you can reach out to my technical experts and they can answer this question in a much more better format for you. What about physical media? How can we convince Indian industry that we want Blu-ray of the movies? I want to own movies and not just stream or rent it. Well, I think, Andy, there are people who are directly getting in touch with some uh, distributors and asking them to help them with the prints. I've got a client in Chandigarh who does that as well. He never streams any movie. He's got a collection of Blu-rays, and when I recently asked him, I mean, how does he do that? So he told me this only, that he tied up directly with the Blu-ray manufacturer and got a deal with them to get the constant supply of Blu-rays. So see if you can manage that. But I think that's the best way than streaming the movie, because the content that is streamed is always going to be compressed than what you get in a original Blu-ray. Anirban is saying, "Good evening, Tanmoy. I love the way how Bengalis pronounce my name, Tanmoy, and I feel like okay, this should have been my name as well instead of Tanmoy, Tanmoy. This, I think, sixth person, Anirban, that you are who has called me Tanmoy, and I really like it. I want to buy a good projector, but cannot have a dedicated room for theater purpose. What is your opinion on XDMI Ultra 4K? Thanks in advance." Well, I think it's a good projector, Anirban, but that's a portable projector. So make up your mind if you are using it in a dedicated theater room, but you cannot have a dedicated. Okay, so you can't have a dedicated theater room, but if you want to have an installed projector, which is fixed, permanently installed, then avoid buying XDMI Ultra 4K. If you want something which is portable, you carry around from one room to the other, then XDMI Ultra 4K is a good choice. For 2D design service, can engineer visit to our construction site? It is located in Pune, Baner. 2D design service is common for across India, which does not include any site visit fees. Site visits is separate, which you can get in touch with our team Rahul, and they would tell you. It's not very expensive, but it's not just one site visit. There are multiple site visits that happen in that process. So we can then discuss over it. But 2D design service as 3,500 is a standard service which is across India, does not include personal site visit, but it may include video calls and a lot of other assistance. I mean, a lot of things that will come, don't worry, in 2D design. It's worth the penny that you would pay. None of the services, by the way, that we all give, okay, at Touchwood Automations, be it installation cost, be it these design services, be it the consultancy charges, nothing of that you will ever feel that you have paid more. I promise you this, and I can vouch for this, that you will always feel justified for the amount you pay, or you will at times only feel that you have underpaid us. Next question we have is from Man Cave. Okay, what will happen with AVR if we use two set of surround speakers in parallel for two row setting? Any negative impact? It's going to take too much of load, because when you put two set of surround speakers in parallel, it's going to divide the impedance. So if the speakers are 8 ohms, those two pairs will, or that pair will come down to 4 ohms. So 4 ohms will obviously bring in more load or burden on the amplifier. So that's what is going to happen. Hi Anuj, I think you have retracted your message. I would definitely want to read it, and I know we are still awaiting your direct live to progress on your Maran Cinema 50. I think our Delhi site visit is due soon, so let's try to figure it out, because we have finally got the Windows 11 support and the beta version of Direct to complete your
While
calibration.
you are answering Mr. Anuj's question, he has asked another question.
Actually, has already asked.
Yeah.
Do you have any information regarding an update from Maran Cinema 50 for incorporation? Well, Anuj, I just answered that question for you because I knew that would have been something that you would ask me, and I know it's long due. But I think the calibration was done. It was just the loading of file which was not supported by the direct version of it. So the beta version file is available only on the Windows 11 app. So Windows 11 was not common in most of the laptops, so it couldn't complete. But now we have got Vikram, who's got his laptop with Windows 11. And the reason why, I would like to share this actually. So I don't know how many of you would know my team, but few people over here who have used our services or met our team members would know. Vikram is one of our oldest team members. He started just within the first 9 months that I started the business. and he's been with me for last 10 years. Last week, or rather 3 days ago, we have celebrated his birthday, and in the month of January, towards the end, is when he joined our company back in 2014. 2024 today, he is still rock solid. The support of our entire operations team, he's the backbone of it. He is one of our go-to jugadu person if there is anything to be done, and he's the same guy right now who is installing our 150 inches USTLR screen right now in Hyderabad. So thank you so much to Vikram from uh, you know uh, from all of us at Touchwood Automations, and you've been a really a rock solid support, and I would need you forever with me to have this company grow together. Next up, we have a question from Naveen, who is asking, what LCR would you suggest for 10 lakhs budget for LCR alone? Wow. Well, Naveen, if you've got 10 lakhs budget alone for LCR, then go for JBL Synthesis SCL series. I have got SCL 4, which are 2.5, 3 lakh rupees. That's something which you can go for. Second, you can go for Sonus Faber, which was that Involve speaker. I forgot the name, but Sonus Faber has recently launched a new Involve speaker. Actually, they launched it in the last ISE show, so that is also nice. Go for it, but that's 10 lakh rupees per speaker. The JBL synthesis was 3 lakh rupees per speaker. And lastly, I think this not lastly, but two more options I'll give you. One is the MNK sound, which has got S300 speaker, and BMW CT series, or yeah, CT series 8. That is something which you can go for. What is the complete setup cost including wiring, Suraj? I think we need to get in touch, Suraj, for a better discussion, because I can't give you just pricing right now for each and everything. So I would highly recommend you to get in touch with our team using the link that is shared in the chat. If not, I'll ask Atharva to put that again so that you can.
It's spelled.
That's the Design Your Dream Home
Yeah.
Cinema.
Okay. So
Just send the GBOEVA link as well.
okay. Yeah,
Okay. So that link is also shared. Please use that link, Suraj, to get in touch with us, and we'll have all your questions answered. Jitu is asking, hi Tanmay, please suggest best flow standing 5.1 under 1 lakh for 50 movie plus music when connected to Denon X 1800H. I think, Jitu, a lot of brands that can be in that particular price range. Under 1 lakh, very few. Okay, but over 1 lakh, there would be many. So if you're willing to put out your budget till 1.5, then you have got options like Ilac, Polk. What else can I think of? Fine Audio. That's another good brand. Uh, okay, these are the three that I can think of. If you have some more, if I have some more to share, again, I can put it up in our chat as well. Today, Dolby Atmos AVR can create phantom channel speaker. Yes, it can. It can do that, but if it's only for Dolby Atmos virtualization, apart from that, it won't. What is the best material for isolation and for acoustic panel? I think Naveen, again, use the chatbot. Get asked for our acoustic video link. We'll share that over there. Apurva is saying good Atmos speakers to go with Accu Acoustic 3050i 3090. Okay. Should I go with Polk OWM3 or any other solution? Well, if you're going to put them as a height channel, then OWM3 is a good choice. Second option is I think any of the pro grade speakers also work pretty well. They are equally priced, but they have got something more to offer. But if not, I think you can stick with Polk OWM3 too. Yes, Anuj is saying Vikram is a very nice person. Thank you so much, Anuj. I'm going to pass on this message to him from you. Uh, and how did you figure out that system integrator business is needed viable India? Wow, very different question, which is not according to the home theater standards. And I'll just give you my little brief. I won't take too much of time. So the reason how did I figure that out is not because I knew home theater as a concept back then, because I started this company I think 11 years ago now. In May I'll be completing 11 years. I started it because I had definitely a passion towards electronics, and I was one of the go-to guys in my family to solve any electronic gadget related problems or how to set it up, etc. So that was my interest. But the reason why I got into this system integrator side is because I saw a huge gap between the abroad markets and the Indian markets. Uh, Now, what do I mean by this gap? Like yesterday, I had a client from Pune who dropped into my place, and he was like, he had a home in US, wherein his entire home was automated. You just enter the home, you press a button, things would happen. Now that was the level of his automation in his home in US, but in India he never came across anything like that. And I think that was the huge gap that I saw, which is there in India, and it's still there today. I mean, today also people are creating bungalows, but they don't have any control over the light bills shooting up. They have to go down to close the, to turn off any light. So that's where I think the automation and everything started first coming into picture, and that's why our company name is Touchwood Automations. Over a period of time, we had our niche more developed in the AV segment, and that's where our focus today and the specialization today is more into the home theater as a domain. But automation is still very close to me and my heart, and I still keep on updating myself with the new products in that domain. And I think that's the reason, I mean, I feel that this is a very viable and a great product and a business to be in. Okay, just last couple of questions and we are going to end the live session today. We are already over 1 hour. But before I end, let me ask all of you to put down your content requests, like what kind of ideas do you have to share for videos. Please put them out in the chat box, because you have got next 3 minutes while I answer few last questions. And to those of you who have some more questions to ask but have got this time limitation, please use the link that is shared in the chat and get in touch with me and my team, and we'll be able to happily do
They
that.
can comment under the video as well, because we have
Oh
started the
yes.
comments.
So we have also started this concept wherein we answer the comments which are very difficult to answer otherwise in the chat box through some videos. So use our video comment box to put
Any
in your
video is fine.
questions. Yeah, any video is fine. But the question has to be generic. It has to be something which has to be common for all. Okay. Uh, Coming up to the last 2-3 questions. My projector has only HDR. Will I be able to get Dolby Vision by using Android TV box or media player? Well, HDR will not give you Dolby Vision. Dolby Vision requires anything above HDR 10 plus format support. Then only you get it. With only HDR, it will not support. Dipu is saying, hello, sir. I'm not a gamer and I'm thinking of buying a flagship soundbar. Can you recommend the best one under 1 lakh? Samsung Q990C is in my bucket list. Sound quality is more important for me. Well, I think I can confuse you, Dipu, over here. Samsung Q990C is good. You can go with it. If not, go for JBL Bar 1000 also. It has got a little stronger bass, and we are going to come up with our video also about JBL Bar soon. So that can help you make a good decision. Lastly, Dipu, we have recently come up with a video of best soundbars that you can buy, but under 1.5 lakh rupees. In that, there are few products of 1 lakh too. So do check that out after this live session. Naveen is saying, is it advisable to take used home theater AVR system? Uh, Avoid, Naveen, avoid. If you can, please avoid, because used systems, you never know how they are. You can buy used speakers, but not probably AV receiver. Uh, Shiv Kumar is saying constructing a dedicated home theater room need 2D design for electrical and speakers placement. Total budget 7 to 8 lakhs. Shiv Kumar, thank you so much. I am going to pass on this message to my team as well. And for us to get in touch with you, I need you to use the link that is just shared right now. Please use that, get in touch with our team. We would need some more details as well. So fill out the form first and then sign up for our 2D design service. Okay, so good content topic. Denon versus Marantz, best sound amplifier company. What different sound? Okay, I'm going to consider this as a content topic. Not going to answer it right now. Another idea is compare AVR with same price of AVR setup. Okay, compare AVR with same price of AVR setup. Okay, ठीक है. You mean Onkyo X model versus Pioneer's X, Y model, and if they are at same price, how would they sound? Okay, we can do that. Nice idea. Okay, I think that's some good question answer session here today, guys. If you like this live session, please find for the final sake, hit that emoticon button, whatever love button is there. Please put in that, and it would tell me that these live sessions are helping each one of you. And for more such amazing videos and for such amazing live sessions, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That's it from my end. I, Tanmay Mehta, your home cinema consultant or home theater wale bhaiya, will see you again in our next live session that is happening on. Okay, Atharva, pull up the calendars fast.
Yep.
I think it's happening sometime in the second week of March. Again, Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
14th of March.
14th of March. That's the day.
What happened? So
Oh, the What Hi-Fi is also happening on that day. Probably we do our live session directly in the What Hi-Fi show.
we'll see that.
Yeah, let's try to see that. I'm not going to comment anything right now, but yeah, that can be a plan. Please be there at What Hi-Fi show to enjoy some cool, amazing systems, and taking your permission to end this live. Again, wonderful seeing you, wonderful meeting you all, and wonderful answering your questions. Keep asking these questions. Keep sharing your love and support to all our videos. Thank you so much.